And so as you come, I've got a block on either side. I've got a strap nearby, and the blanket we'll use at the end. We'll take a little legs up the wall variation if that calls to you. And then come and perch yourself more on the edge of the chair and just notice. So sometimes if we live in a shorter leg skeleton, it's nice to have blocks underneath our feet to lift us up higher. Sometimes if we live in a really tall skeleton and the knees are up to the chest, you can put the blanket underneath them. And then just take a couple of breaths and notice. And as you start to settle in, you might notice the way you feel in the chair. Sometimes we love the chair. Sometimes we dread the chair. Everything we are doing can be done standing up. So if at any time the chair becomes uncomfortable, feel free to stand up and take a standing variation. And then if you'd like, remembering our chairs have no backs, you're welcome to lean back against the chair and just kind of soften through the body and let the hands rest comfortably. You might close the eyes down. You might just gaze down at the knees or at the floor. And start to notice your breath coming in and going out. Notice where the breath kind of fills up the lungs. Notice if the breath is just on the front side of the body, maybe the chest or the belly. You might feel the breath expand behind you, pressing the back of the body toward the back of the chair. You might feel the ribs expand side to side. The only breath technique, breath control we'll take is just staying in connection with the breath. Maybe even inviting that breath to become smooth. Flowing in and out. The space of observing, take maybe 2 or 3 more rounds of breath. And as you finish up, put more weight into the bum, into the feet. And start to lift the shoulders up over the hips, earlobes over the shoulder, hands just resting comfortably. And notice when we don't lean against the back of the body, we have to really engage the abdomen 360 degrees all the way around. If it's comfortable in the neck, invite the chin to dip toward the chest. And let that chin slide along the collarbone toward one shoulder, and then back down to the center, all the way over to the other shoulder. I like to inhale as the chin dips down to the chest, and exhale as I pull the chin toward the shoulder. Most important is that you're just breathing, aware that you are breathing with the movement. You're welcome to stay here in this little smiley face motion. If you'd like to add a full circle, you might lift the gaze toward the ceiling, rainbowing it across the ceiling, and circling back and down. If you're taking those circles, please take a few in the opposite direction. And as you finish up, just level out the chin, earlobes over the shoulders, no rush to arrive. We'll take both arms out in front of us, extend them out, and then very slowly curl the fingers in toward the palm of the hand. Flick the fingers out, a little bit of effort there. Curl them in slowly and flick them out. One more time, just like that. And then flip the palms. So if you had palms down, bring them up toward the ceiling. If they were up, bring them down. And just really reach with the fingertips. Try to pull the shoulder blades apart. And then keep all that extension with the fingers and hug the shoulder blades back to the spine. Take another breath there. And then thumbs reach to the ceiling, palms face one another. Bring both arms up toward the ceiling. And then bring both arms forward. And as you do this, you can always widen the shoulders if there's a little shoulder impingement, taking them more out like a V shape. And the next time we lift, we'll pause and meet one another there. Right hand's going to come down. I'm going to find the seat of my chair. And then press into the left bum and add a little stretch over to the right. Think about the ribs closest to the seat of the chair and start to roll them forward. Find space through both sides of the rib cage. Next inhalation pulls you up. Let's exhale, take that side bend all the way to the other side. And again, we're looking for length through the sides of the torso. Maybe a little revolving of the bottom ribs toward the knees. Breath is smooth and steady. Inhale, come all the way back up, both arms left. As you exhale, flip the palms away from you, send the hands down, hold somewhere on your chair, and then just hinge forward. Open up across the chest, the pectoral muscles, and then notice where the weight of your body is. Put some of that weight in both bum cheeks and press through the heels. Try to float all 10 toes from the mat. Spread the toes out and then place them back down on the mat. Pull the body up. Release the hands. Settle in. I'm going to talk a lot about feet today. So explore here how it feels to press down through the center of the heel. And then press across the ball mound. Press through all 10 toes, even that little pinky toe. That's always hard for me. Mine floats. And then we're simply going to lift the heels. Lift the heels and then tap them back down. Beautiful. Repeat that several times. Notice what fires up. What causes those heels to lift? One more. As the heels land, circle the arms up and overhead. This time we're going to hinge forward, take both hands around the bottom of that right leg, and then pull the leg up with you. Find a little love here for the ankles, rotating. Remembering to go take those circles in both directions. And a few extensions of the leg. Reach them out and then bend the knee. Last one. As the knee bends, lean forward, set that foot back down on the floor, circle the arms up and overhead. This is the half salute. Fold forward, wrap the hands around the back of the other leg and lift it up. Start to find those rotations through the ankle, articulating all the tiny spaces along the foot. And then move into the extensions of the knee. Just checking in, noticing how your body feels. As the knee bends, set the foot back down. You might hinge forward. Circle the arms out and up. And then this time as we hinge forward, reach forward and then reach for your strap. We'll lasso the bottom of the right foot. And I like it right there on the ball. And then we'll start to lift the foot, extending the leg. And I'm going to start with the leg resting on the chair. And I'm using the hand to draw the toes toward the nose. There's a sensation of the femur bone kind of connecting, feeling snug in the socket. And there's this energetic property that comes out through the heel. You might find that you can engage the thigh, get a little bit more activity. And then put both straps into the right hand. We're going to swing that leg out to the side, Padangusthasana. And you're just pausing, noticing, finding all that activity. you ever feel wobbly, you put your hands on the seat of the chair for support. Let's take that leg back in front of us, transfer the straps to the other side, and just slide the leg closer to the bent knee. And then this time, play around. How would it feel to roll the pinky edge of the foot toward the front of your mat, and then the inner arch toward the front? And sometimes that seems very impossible, and sometimes it's like, oh, that changes the stretch through that IT band. Bring it back down, fold forward. I'm going to take the strap off and just set it on. Then pause and notice. We often do Padangusthasana A, B, and C when we're on our back. And the sensation of the hips is pretty intense, but you might feel something different here. And then circle the arms up toward the ceiling. As we fold forward, we're going to take that strap and lasso the bottom of the other foot. Extending the leg out, one tail in each hand. Feeling the effort here. And start to slide the straps into the left hand. Take that leg out away from the body. Still having a little bit of hamstring connection against the chair. Still feeling the effort of the heel reaching out. And then the leg comes back to center. We change hands and take it toward the bent leg. Feel free to play with that eversion and inversion of the ankle. I often find that my toes move at the same time. And then come back down. Keep the strap around the foot. Just fold forward. Pause there. Just notice. Same leg, same strap. Let's go ahead and lift that foot back up. Extend it out. This time float it from the chair. Notice the effort it takes to keep the back of the leg up off the chair. Put the straps into the right or left hand, and we're just going to swing it out away from the body. I'm going to keep the straps where they are, but swing it across, maybe even crossing over the right leg, just side to side here a few times. Now, the tendency here is to lean back into the chair, but remember, shoulders are over the hip, abdomen is engaged. Last one. Come forward with the leg, bend the knee, and fold. We'll take the strap off of that left foot, wrap it around the right, pull up as you're ready. And you're plugging that leg in as close to the body as possible, trying to keep it up off of the chair, finding the activity. And then let it sway side to side. Notice if the whole body moves. Could you keep the shifting just at that hip socket? Last one. As it comes back down, release. Go ahead and set that strap out, down to the floor, down to the mat. Press into the feet, press into the bums, circle the arms up and overhead. I'm going to add a twist here. I'm going to take my left hand down to the right leg. The other hand comes around behind. It can hold on to the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, the leg of the chair. And start just by noticing the rotation through the spine. And then shift your left knee toward me. Add a little twist through the hips. Hug the knees back in line with one another. And then shift the knee toward me. As you hug the knees back in line, release the hands, arms lift up to the ceiling. Take the twist to the other side. Letting the hands land wherever they land, rotating through the thoracic spine. And then that right knee shifts toward the front of mats. And then we pull it back. Shift it forward. And pull it back. Take one more, please. As you come back through, release, unravel from the twist. Take a pause and notice. Navasana in the chair. So in Navasana in boat pose, you're balancing on the base of your pelvis. So I'm going to scoot forward just a little bit and then kind of roll the tailbone underneath. I want to engage my belly. Sometimes I like to think about the hip headlights, the iliac crest coming closer to the rib cage. Hands can hold on to the chair for a little extra support. Float both feet. Now notice you're going to want to lean back and rest against the back of the chair. Put them back down. Okay. Now sometimes that's really challenging. If we want to kind of work our way into it, we can do one knee at a time. If you're like, nope, I've got both knees and you're not gritting your teeth or frowning across your forehead, awesome. If you're like, I don't feel anything, Catherine, extend the heels out toward. Making a V with the body, wherever you are is perfect. And then fold forward, setting the feet on the floor. Let the arms just rest on the legs. Think about cat and cow here. We're going to press the spine back, round through the spine, tug the chin. And then shift forwards. The tailbone slides behind you, the belly expands, the chest comes forward, the gaze lifts. And take a few of those forward and back, just by movement in the spine. Sit all day in a chair. This is something you can usually do inconspicuously. Spare a last little round. And then we'll pull the shoulders up over the hips, returning to Navasana boat pose. So find your balance, hands or no hands. Remember, you can do one at a time. You could hover both knees, you could extend. Some of you might even take your hands off of the chair, maybe even reach them forward. Ooh. But you're not touching the back of the chair, and then you're releasing, setting the feet down. Awesome. A little bit harder, right? Yeah, I didn't think you could make Navasana harder. Like, it already was hard. Let's take this right leg, we'll lift it up, and we're going to take it out to the side. I'm going to slide my block out of the way. We'll use it in a minute. I'm making a 90-degree angle at the pelvis. I'm kind of working toward that. And I'm going to scoot forward just a little bit, so I'm kind of framing the corner of my chair. Here, just press through the heels. Keep pressing. Notice what fires up. And then slide the right hand down on the inside of that right leg. I'm going to rest the hand against the leg, press the leg into the hand, and the hand resist. So both have effort there. You're still pressing through the heel. This other hand, the left arm, is just going to stretch out to the side. Beautiful. Keep everything as it is, but reach both arms out, big letter T shape. The chest, the gaze, the shoulders, they're coming over that left knee. Are you still pressing the heels? Are you still breathing? And then release. Set the hands back down. We'll take that to the other side. Right leg comes in, left leg goes out. You might kind of shift over to the corner of the chair. And we'll simply start by pressing heels down and rolling the chest to the short edge of your mat. So we're not facing that chair, the prop room, we're facing this wall behind me. Left hand to the inside of the left leg, and we're resisting. Press back with effort and then resist. Don't let it move. Heels down, keep pressing, lift that right arm out to the side. Keep all of that, lift the left arm. Big T shape with the arms. Sometimes when we lift, something gives. So maybe you notice, oh, when I lifted the arm, I forgot about my heels pressing down. And then we release and we come on back. Bring both legs out in front, but I'm going to add a big V shape with the legs. I'm going to slide the hands to the thighs or the forearms, just depending on the length of your arms. Take a little shoulder dip, dipping one shoulder in and then the other. few of those side to side. Keep the legs just as they are, but as you pull that shoulder up, reach both arms up to the ceiling. Take a forward fold right down in between the legs. Let the chin tuck, let the arms dangle. Find a bit of softness rounding through the spine. And then reach for one of your blocks. I'm going to take that block to the most narrow. Put it down in between the feet and start to heel toe the feet together. A variation of Baddha Konasana. Slide the heels, the balls of the feet against the block, and then pull the shoulders up over the hips. Squeeze the block. Keep squeezing the block. Notice if one foot squeezes more than the other. Notice if you can't get the pinkies, toes down onto the block. And then release, knees lift. Fold forward, slide that block out of the way. And then draw the legs back together again. Feet are on the floor, bum is on the chair. We're just going to practice standing up and getting down a few times. So press into the heels, lean forward, lift the hips up. Keep the feet just as they are. Bend the knees, sink the bum back. So you're hinging, bum finds the chair, and pull. Take a few of those. Really focus on squeezing the heels to the mat and drawing the bum cheeks together. You might even take a few just in trust, trusting that the chair is still there. The next time we come up, that's where we'll move. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to have you walk around, take a walk around your chair, come to the back of the chair. I'm going to rotate mine just so y'all have a better visual. But the chair will be in front of us and we'll be behind it. If you're near to the edge of your mat, slide that chair a little bit closer. And then a little bit of space in between your body and the chair. Find yourself in mountain pose. Heels root, the ball of the foot roots all the way around. Joints stack. Knees over ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips. Bring both arms forward and then up to the ceiling. Take a forward fold. Send those hands toward the back of the chair. Hinge the bum behind you. Bend the elbows and let the chest come down toward the chair. This is the variation of half lift. Press the hands into the back of the seat and pull up. Feet take a walk behind you. And then bend again. Hinge at the hips. Send the bum back behind you. Some of you might take hands down to the seat of the chair. Some of you might stay on the back of the chair. But look for length from the bum all the way to the crown of the head. A variation of down dog. Take several breaths here. Drawing the belly up and in, protecting the organs. Now, if you moved your hands to the seat of the chair, let them lift back up to the back of the chair, press into it. Take your right foot and step it forward. I like toes under the chair. All 10 toes are forward. The right hip's going to start to shift back as we move into pyramid pose. We're hinging at the hips. We're drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. We're lengthening through the spine. Again, you can stay holding on to the back of the chair or find the seat of the chair, just depending on the length of your arm. And then press into that chair and lift the body back up. Bend the right knee. Perfect. Pop the back heel up off of the mats. Lower the back heel. Take a few of those, pulsing the heel up and then release. Let it pause and let that back heel come down. Bend nice and deeply through the front leg. Hinge forward again. Keep drawing that right hip back, lengthening through the spine. And then press into the chair and lift the spine back up, stacking shoulders over hips. Pop up the back heel, and then simply bend that back knee. Straighten the leg and then bend the back knee. Take another one of those. As the weight goes into the back foot, press into the chair, both feet step back. You can even walk the feet back further, lengthening the space of the arms and the torso, maybe bringing the ears toward or in between the arms. There's length wherever you are. And then you press into the back of the chair. If you step back, go ahead and step forward a little bit. Left foot comes underneath the chair. And then bend the left knee. Play around with that back heel. Lifting the heel and then lowering it back down. Lifting and lowering. And then the next time the heel lifts, variation of high lunge, bend the back knee. And notice, can you engage the thigh? And then straighten that leg. And then bend the knee. We want to stay low, so it's not a lift of the whole body. The back knee is just bending and straightening. The next time that leg straightens, go ahead and root the heel down. Straighten both legs. So as we come into pyramid pose, hopefully, our toes are facing toward that front edge of the mat. Left hip reaches back as we hinge, lengthening through the spine. You can even use that connection with the chair to drag the chest forward, drawing the abdomen up and in, giving all those organs protection. And then lift back up. One more time, step back. Release the heel. Find a variation of that down dog stretch. And then press into the feet. I'm going to take my hands to the back of the chair and just step the right foot a little bit closer. It's not underneath the chair. Perfect. As we come into Warrior 3, root the weight down into that right leg and start to float the left. We hinge forward, but we're keeping that left side of the body all one long line. Reach with the heel behind you. Notice how this feels. If you're feeling super spicy, you can always lift a hand up off of the chair. And then press into the hands and release. We'll switch sides. So the left foot comes to root. The right leg reaches back and just hinge at the hips. That right hamstring is active, reaching toward the ceiling. The left hip is drawing in. We're not shifting our weight over to the side. We've got that chair for balance, reaching with the heel. And then release. On back up. Release the chair, take a step back. Find yourself in mountain pose. If it's comfortable or if you're not too wobbly, feel free to close the eyes and let the mind shift around the physical body. Notice how the large muscles feel, the bones, the joints. Notice any shift in the breath. And a big lift of the arms, circle them up and overhead. Bend the knees a whole lot, send the hips back, and just fold forward. Let the spine round. Let the arms dangle, space in the neck, so the top of the head moves down. And then press into the feet, squeeze the bum, and pull the body back up. Reach both arms up and overhead. And then release the arms. Okay. Now take a walk around to sit in the chair again. Come back and find the heels pressing, ankles and knees stacked. The edge of the bum on the chair, but we're not leaning back. We've kind of scooted forward a bit. And then take both arms out in front of you. We'll take right arm over the left, make next, spin the elbows, give yourself a hug. And I'm going to stay here as my Garudasana arms, my eagle arms. But if you would rather find backs of hands or palms touching, that's your choice. We're all going to bring the elbows, shift the elbows away from the chest. That could be a pull forward. It could also be a slight lift up. And then take both elbows across the body toward the right hip. So we're adding a twist. And then lift both elbows back up. Take the twist toward the other hip. Come back through. Arms extend. Take the arms out wide, big letter T. Thumbs down to the ground, palms behind you. Circle the arms around. Find something to hold on to. And then open up across the chest. Feel the difference. The shoulder blades kind of hug in toward the spine. You might slightly be hinging if the arms are long. And then we release. The arms come forward again. Opposite arm on top. I'm going to take that other arm. Find your variation. Eagle pose, Garudasana. Lifting the elbows away from the chest and really shooting them away from the body, dragging them forward. Both elbows go toward the left hip, add a little rotation. Bring the elbows back through center. Add the rotation to the other side. Come back through center and release. Take those arms out nice and wide. This time circle them up and overhead, maybe lift the gaze. And then arms out to the side, release them. We'll take the right leg and let's lift those arms back up again. Hinge forward and slide the hands around the back of the right leg. Lift it up with you, pull it up. Reach for the ankle, coming into a variation of figure 4 or seated pigeon. Flutter that right knee a few times. And then keep the knee moving away from you. Reach the arms up. We're adding a twist. Let's go to the right. Let the left hand come down. You can use that hand to press down on the leg. The other arm comes around. You find a space on the chair. And you use the pressure of the hands to rotate through the thoracic spine. Your neck can gaze over that back shoulder or not. But wherever the neck is, notice the shoulders. We tend to kind of float that back shoulder up. So I'm going to think about rolling the shoulders around and down the back, leveling out the tops of the shoulders. And then unravel from the twist. Both arms out and up. As you exhale, fold forward. Bring the belly into that space between the legs. You can let the hands dangle. You can find the seat of the chair. Press more into this left heel. Press it down. Keep the bum cheek evenly distributed on the seat of the chair. And then squeeze the bum and lift back up. We'll slide the right foot off. Set it down. Circle the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Gather up the left leg. We're lifting it up off of the ground and then coming into figure 4. Little fluttering of that knee. And then the knee moves down. We're engaging that outer muscle from the knee to the left bum. Both arms reach up and overhead. Taking the twist toward the left. Let the hands come down and find a place. Pressing into the hands, and in that press, we're noticing what's happening with the shoulders. You might have to shrug the shoulders up and roll them around and down the back, leveling out the tops of the shoulders. And then unravel. With the next exhalation, simply hinge forward, folding, softening. Press into the feet and rise on up. Release the feet down to the ground. Let the hands rest anywhere on the lap. Find some cat and cows. Again, that movement through this spine. Familiar shapes that we take in a variety of positions. Notice how it feels in the chair. Let's all turn to face the right side. You're gonna have one leg into the chair. It is on the chair. That bum cheek is on the chair. And then you're gonna start to scoot the other bum cheek off of the chair. And just notice how much effort it takes to hold your balance here. I've got my right hand down toward the seat of the chair just for a little extra support, but I'm pressing down with the hand. I'm not pulling the chair up. I don't want to fall out of the chair. I want to feel that effort. And then start to slide the left foot back behind you. Go really slow and notice if the chair wobbles, you got to press more into it. You might come to a space where that left knee just drips down toward the mat. Let's pause there. We'll take the left hand up toward the ceiling. Add a side bend. So go toward the back of the chair and then pause. Let that dangling knee become heavy. Let gravity do the work. The floating arm reaches. And then lift the arm back up. We'll take it again. I'm going to offer a variety with the legs. So release the left hand. You can stay just here, just like this, or you can start to slide that left foot back even more. You might even come into more of an extension. Wherever you are is perfect. And then press into the chair. Left arm lifts again. Reach it up to the ceiling. Find the length through the torso. Add a side bend toward the back of the chair. Press into both. Imagine squeezing the inner legs together. And then lift the arm back up. Release the arm. That arm can come around and gather up the leg. We'll bring it forward and rotate to the front of the chair again. Now here I'm going to pause. I'm going to find myself this is our seated Tadasana, our mountain pose. And I'm going to ask you to explore something that's really subtle. Press into the heels. Think about engaging the pelvic floor as if you were going to try to stand up, but you don't actually lift the body up off the chair. Feel all that engagement, holding the abdomen and holding the organs in. And then soften and just feel the difference. Let it all hang. Press into the feet again. Think about that pelvic floor. Engage it. Lift up. And we release. We often forget that not only does the abdominal muscles wrap all the way around, but it actually wraps the base of our body. Let's move to the other side. So the left leg, I'm going to scoot back a little bit. So the left bum cheek's on the ground. Most of the it's on the chair. Most of the hamstrings on the chair. Got hand on the support, on the seat of the chair for support. Your right leg, we're just going to slide it back behind, gripping the knee down toward the mat. Press into the feet. Find that lift of the pelvic floor. Now take the right arm out. Reach it to the ceiling, add a side bend. Stretch it toward the back of the chair. Pull the arm back up and release. Again, you've got the option, keep the legs as they are. Maybe scoot that right leg back a little bit more. Cueing still the same. Press through the feet, engage through the pelvis as if you could lift yourself up, but you're not moving. And then that arm comes out. Rainbows across the ceiling, side bend. And then release. All the way through. Bend the back knee. And bring both feet forward. You might have heard there's a popular cue, especially with standing poses. And I hear it more often in the vinyasa classes where you're moving a little bit faster. They say root to rise. Well, what you're trying to do is root your feet into the ground, engage the pelvis. So when you root down, there's this lift up through the chest, root to rise. Take another breath or two here. keeping that root to rise, noticing. Left leg stays where it is, right leg's gonna stretch out away from the body, this time extend it. Yeah, I like to scoot a little bit more to the side, to the right side of the chair, so that I've got the left bum on the chair, but my right's kind of floating. And then play around here with whether the toes are up to the ceiling, or maybe you roll the toes forward. You might even root the outer edge of that foot to the floor. There's a shifting that has to happen in the femur bone, and there's usually one that feels more comfortable. Choose whatever feels comfortable for you. And then the left hand comes down. We're going to press into that seat of the chair. Keep all the length through the leg. Right arm reaches up. Start to stretch it over toward the right or left side, reaching through the fingertips. Now here, reach through the pinky. Really extend that pinky finger away from the head. You notice how that fires up the whole arm, hopefully. And then pull the body back up. Slide this right hand down to the left. Keep pressing through that left bum cheek, and we're going to hinge toward the straight leg. Your other arm might float off the chair. If you feel like you're going to lose the chair, don't take it up to the ceiling. And then release, hands back down to the chair. Let's go ahead and bend the right knee, bring it back forward, and we'll try that on the other side, a variation of gate pose. And as you set up, let that left foot kind of wiggle around. You are not symmetrical. Your hips are not symmetrical typically, so you don't have to choose the same position. That's kind of weird feeling, right? Like giving you permission to choose a different foot placement, but it's okay. Yoga is very much about figuring out what works in your body, noticing what goes on in your body. Slide the left arm down the left leg, press into that bum on the chair and reach the right arm straight up to the ceiling. Noticing. And then bring the right hand down. You might find the seat of the chair. Left arm stretches open overhead. Lengthening with the pinky finger. Sending that pinky finger as far away from the rest of the hand as possible. Fingers are still in touch. We're not moving it away from the fingers. We're just extending. And then lift back up. Bring the leg around with you. Just go back onto the base of the chair. Absolute. Here we go. Circling the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. And then slide the hands to the seat of the chair or to the knees, the legs, or to the shins and lengthen the spine. Drag the chest forward. Engage the back of the body. And our chin just stays neutral. Fold again. Release the hands. Find one of your blocks. Body back up. We did Baddha Konasana with our blocks like this. I'm going to add a little bit more dimension. I'm going to lower it. Fold forward, slide the block down between the feet. Squeeze the heels together against the block. Think about the muscle that runs from the outside of the knee all the way up toward the bum. Engage that. Squeeze the bum. Press with the feet. If you feel wobbly, you can always hold on to the seat or the legs, wherever feels good. Very active in our Baddha Konasana. We often have one side of the body that presses more than the other, and you equalize that. And then release the activity. We'll bring the knees back together. I'm going to slide this block underneath my right foot. I'm going to keep it on the same level. Okay, take a peek. Notice where your strap is. We'll dive down for it. Let's circle the arms up and overhead. Fold forward. Slide that strap around the bottom of the other foot. And pull the body upright. Bring the left foot with you. Extending. Coming back into that Padangusthasana, checking and noticing any variations. The leg can be on the chair, it can be lifted. but press into that block even more. Imagine the inner thighs squeezing toward one another, toes towards you. Breath smooth and steady. Put both straps into the left hand and swing that leg out away from the body. The right arm can balance you. You can take it out as a big T shape. You can find the chair. And then bring that leg forward. Start to bend the knee. I'm going to pull with the strap. Coming into figure 4, a little lifted elevation. You just set the strap down. And notice how that lift of the foot activates a different variation, a different stretch. And then slide the strap off. Release the foot back down. And we'll kick the block over underneath the other foot. I'm going to hold my strap here and reach both arms up toward the ceiling. Pull forward, hinge forward. Slide the bottom of the strap around the bottom of the foot and pull up, extending the leg, reaching with the heel. Keep pressing into the block, engaging through the bum. Both straps go into the same hand. We'll swing it out to the side. Again, that other arm's for balance. Chair, lap, extend. Keep pressing. Keep reaching. Keep breathing. And then release. It's coming forward, bend the knee, cross it over. Set the strap down. Sometimes when we're lifted, it doesn't cross as easily. Figure 4 seems unattainable. So you can always remove the block if that feels better in your body. And then we'll release both legs. Set them back down. Slide the block out of the way. Take a few rounds of breath there. Press down through the heels, hinge forward. We're coming back up to stand. Press through the feet, squeeze the bum, lift the body up, reach the arms up and overhead. Take both arms forward, cross the right over the left, coming into eagle arms again. And then just pause there, whatever variation you chose. Put more weight into the left foot. Think about stacking the joints of that left leg. Just lift the heel, pop it up off the floor. You might stay right here. You might be like, ooh, what would happen if I lift the toes? Ooh. And then the toes come back down and the heel releases. I'm going to take that 2, maybe 3 more times, just exploring. The next time the heel pops up, pause. We're going to take that leg and just stretch it out toward me. You can trace the floor with your toes. And then a little semicircle, take the foot over to the right, crossing over, squeeze the thighs. You might even start to bend the knee a little bit. Make a little semicircle again, pointing the toes around, bringing it back in. Releasing the foot to the floor. One more time, at Urdhvasana, your variation. You can stay with just the heel popped up. You can trace the toes along the floor. Squeeze the thighs together. And eventually we unravel completely. Feet find the floor, arms. Take the arms out wide, big letter T. Thumbs to the ceiling, just pulse the arms back a few times. Bring both arms forward, cross the arms, make an X. Find your variation. Hug, back of hands, palms of hands. Whatever you choose, elbows are lifting up and away from the chest. Feel the spread across the back of the body. Root into that right foot, play around with lifting the left heel. Lowering back down. Little exploration. You might try to pull the toes up off the floor. You might be like, no way, my toes are staying connected. You might find those semicircles, tracing a little semicircle, drawing it on the floor, bringing the thighs together, unraveling. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths, just exploring, getting into Gargantuesca. Anticipating that as you finish the exploration, feet find the floor, arms release. Keep the hands nice and low, but take them away from the body, palms forward, pulse the whole arm back. Little shoulder shimmy, different variation. And then release. I'm going to keep the arms back behind me, but I'll take the right hand and roll the palm behind. Start to bend the right elbow. We're just reaching it across the waist. I'm going to try not to touch my back. Extend and release. Just do that a few times, playing around with the bottom half of Gomukhasana, bending the elbow. Maybe the fingers start to reach a little bit higher. Maybe they never do. Last one. Try the same thing with the other arm. So I'm going to roll the palm behind me. I'm going to press the palm back, swinging the arm behind my body. Noticing how the elbow bends, how the shoulder feels. Last one. And then release. Right palm comes forward. This time I'm going to start to lift that arm up toward the ceiling and just bend the arm. So again, you can hold on. I'm going to try not to for a little extra strength. I'm going to take my other hand, my left hand, and reach over, try to find that other elbow. You can draw the arm in toward the ear. You can even press the elbow slightly back. But notice as you do that, for me, my ribs start to puff up, my chest starts to explode, and I'm going to think about knitting everything in and making the strength come at the shoulder girdle, and knowing that everybody's shoulder is different. We all have different variations, injuries, and then release, let the arms go. So you're doing what feels good with you. Take the other arm up and overhead, bend the elbow. That right arm might reach around and find it, hooking it in, keeping the belly drawn in, keeping the ribs knit. You might even pull the elbow back slightly. A tendency here is to tuck your chin, lift the chin, ears are over the shoulders, yes. And then release. And just give the shoulders a couple of circles, forward and back. And then we'll rotate our chair. I'm going to bring the back of the chair toward the front of my mat. The seat is facing me. And I'm going to gather up the blankets. Comes off the shelf in our Cindy fold. I'm just going to throw that Cindy fold over the seat of the chair. Yeah, fringe to the back, coming down into legs up the wall. So maybe you come down through a little squat. You're transitioning any way that feels good. We'll send our bum pretty close to the chair and start to roll the body back to the mat. You can rest the calf muscles on the chair. You can lower the head, the back of the head toward the chair. Arms are your choice. They can come out to the side, palms up. They can rest on the belly. They can rest on the belly and the heart. You'll hear the pitter patter of my feet. I'm going to turn those overhead legs off so they don't just blind you here. In the meantime, you're welcome to close the eyes. always know that if there is another position that feels better for you, more comfortable for you, you are welcome to take that variation. Depending on the length of the legs, you might even think about reaching the feet to the back of the chair, just letting the toes rest on the back of the chair. Works really well if you have long legs. It's a little bit awkward if you have shorter legs. And take a few cleansing breaths. Just inhale through the nose and sigh the breath out. Maybe 3 in all. Letting go of some of the efforts of the practice. Inviting the body to settle into a bit of ease, a bit of softening, a bit of heaviness. And then we simply stay. We surrender to the rest. Again. Inviting that inhale to grow, to expand. Maybe adding a bit of movement. Fingers and toes dance. It might feel really good to take the arms overhead, stretching through the body one last time. And then mindfully start to slide the heels closer to your bum, making space to roll over to one side or the other. That bottom arm can be a little pillow for the head. You might even pause here in our seed pose. And then the top hand comes down toward the floor. You lean into that hand, press into it. Push the body upright. Come to any comfortable seated shape. Let's take a few breaths in that comfortable seated shape, just noticing what feels different, what feels the same. And then a closing breath together. One more time to circle the arms up and overhead. Slide the palms down the midline. Feel free to pause, thumbs at the heart, Anjali Mudra, or return hands to the lap. Maybe a soft tuck of the chin, a gesture, gratitude. From my heart to each of yours, namaste. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.